Do you know where you are going? Do you know where you are going? Do you know where you are going? Do you know where you are going?
Salutations and good vibrations, family. Welcome to another session of Dissected Soul. Those who are returning members, we thank you. Those who are new, guests, and visitors, welcome. It's great to have you here in Dissected Kingdom, where we talk about our cognitive thinking, the decision making we have, spirit and soul, and dealing with our chakras, history, and culture. This particular conversation will be a section or session dealing with as we use our talents and skills to create our YouTube channels to put out information that the public can use to assist in their thinking and knowledge and wisdom. The key component is wisdom. I've noticed that it doesn't matter how many videos you put out, people will watch them. But what will they learn and use from those videos? Most people are learning a ton of information, dealing with who they are, where they come from, and what has been discovered. And there are many who would use this information to better their knowledge and understanding and apply it to their lives, to not make the mistakes that were done in the past by people or cultures or civilizations. But there are a few people who would watch all videos, look at all the information, and study all the knowledge, but not apply it to any part of their lives. They will continue to live the same culture, live the same habits, and have the same situations that got them in the position they are in. What is the use or purpose of looking at videos to try to understand who you are, where you come from, and those in your culture that are great, when you do not apply any of that information to you or your culture? What is the use if you're not reinventing those people that you've studied within your culture, the great achievements, the information they've accomplished, and not furthering it in your life? Time and time again, it's to the benefit of all if you can take those errors or mistakes that were done in the past, reinvent yourself, and apply those going forward to better yourself and your way of living. In our culture, in our past, there were many mistakes made. There were many habits that we continue to use in our situations and families because they have become our traditions in our culture. And no one questions if they're good or bad for our people. We are to the point where we are just continuing on the program that's been applied to us. And it's been generations, so no one questions the previous generation's bad habits, which means we just do it by tradition. Our parents did it, our grandparents did it, our dads and moms did it, our aunts and uncles and cousins have done it. So we continue to do it, not knowing why or if it's beneficial to us going forward. Every generation should be able to assess what has been done by the previous generation to where traditions or systems within the systems or habits have been beneficial to keep. If not, those habits should be cut out and not done to progress our people forward as a unit. So as I look at things, it seems that we are not accountable to one another. We do not look at each other to better ourselves and encourage living a better life and not completing or performing the same habits that got us in the place where we are right now. We tend to overindulge ourselves into materialistic items and the materialistic world of trying to obtain happiness and spending our way out of our spirituality. We are passing and giving money to everything, from cars to homes to jewelry to clothes, even to the churches. But we're not spending money on our culture or bettering ourselves as a people, when we should be building our infrastructure to sustain our lives so that we are not dependent on others. The two main things we should be buying is land and property. and then we build our retail and banking centers. This will be a great start to our own economic reform, instead of borrowing and expecting others to assist in building our future. The same tactics that's being used on us as individuals is also being used on African countries, in which they give them items and material goods on high interest rates until it's almost impossible to repay the loan, in which they come in and govern our communities. The purpose is for us to buy our way to happiness and try to own items that depreciate rapidly and have no world value. It's as if they want us not only as a people but as countries to never own your own land, to always be renting, in which you become nomads everywhere you are because you have no foundation to build yourself on, build your community, or build a nation of your own people. And with this formula, at the end of the day, you have no power. So you become powerless, and your voice will not be heard. To counter this tactic, we must invest in ourselves, our communities, buy land and property, start businesses, form banks and financial institutions that are for and pro African people, and build our nation with our $3.94 trillion a year. We must cut out the bad habits. We must cut out the trivial nature of trying to materialistically prove we have money or value through what we wear, buy, drive, or use, and return our value to how we are on the inside, through our spirit, how we treat each other, and our love throughout the diaspora. It's easy to look at ourselves as individuals, but when we look at ourselves as a group, there's a lot of work that has to be done. But it does start with each one of us, each individual person looking inside and removing those bad habits and those systems that have been programmed into us in this system called life, and this construct that uses social engineering. The main fiber of social engineering is to get you tied with your emotions to feel a certain way about certain situations or people. And this is why we feel the way we feel about each other without a second thought. It must be challenged, and you must notice it from the jump. At this moment, it is the awakening. It is the apocalypse. It is 2020, perfect vision, to where things are being revealed and unveiled. The veil is being removed. And it's great that we are connecting and contacting our family members in Africa and throughout the diaspora. Nations, language are not barriers. Cultures are not barriers anymore. Anyone with a drop of melanin, of color, is family. It is the responsibility of those of us who are awake and aware to give acknowledgement and understanding to those who do not see clearly. It is the responsibility of those with the ability to communicate and teach and share information in a responsible manner to do so. Throughout my journey, I am now aware and I understand that certain frequencies, certain situations that people cannot handle, and we are now at a certain vibration and frequency that is tearing the roof off many systems and programmed societies in the construct, breaking down much of their social engineering. It gets to the point now where everything is questioned, whether you're beginning, where you are, or where you're going, what you believed and what you thought. Everything is being challenged because we found out much of it was a lie. So family, continue to challenge what you thought and what you believe to be true. Ask the question why. I am you, and you are me. We are the roots of the tree. Family is heaven. Remember your ancestors. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for listening, family. Love, peace, and power. Pharaoh J. Tassetti.